Do you believe in miracles? We got Fizzle in the house. Fizzle, what's good, man? Fizzle, glad to have you here.
Let's go. This the South Harmon podcast. Glad you here today. Hit that Patreon link if you here to stay. Dynasty best ball, that's my favorite way. 40 chess trade show. Let's make a trade today or check a AMA. You know Adam at the ATM. Mike always in the building. He gon' stay with him. They gon' start every show off with their own trade. Fantasy's a big ocean. They made their own wave. Make sure you tapping in Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesday night, Saturday morning, ain't no better way. Hit that notification bell when the news break. Go subscribe right now, don't get the news late. Destination Devy, that's the team. Dynasty Football, man, that's my favorite thing. I remember Biggie said it was all a dream. Now people watching on their phones and computer screens. Welcome to the team. Let's start the show.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get that money.
Let's go, baby. Y'all been asking. You've been, in our DMs and Discord for how many times? We're gonna do it, man. Forget the bullshit. We're going right into it, Mike. We're gonna do an Underdog live stream. Let's get it, buddy.
If we win the 3 middle Dynasty, Alex says everyone gets a cut. Start to finish in the chat. A live chat.
I tell you what, man. If we were to win this, y'all don't have to worry about getting cut in, man. Mike and I'll go so crazy and do something ridiculous. The last thing you got to worry about is getting a cut. We'll get you something, man. You could bet that.
We draft the winner on live stream. We're legends forever.
Listen, I'll go through. I'll go back into the live stream and count every single fucking person that put a comment on here, and fucking they're getting something, right?
Legends forever. Adam, you got that pulled up, man? Did you find one for us?
Yeah, man. We're doing the best ball Mania, right?
Yeah. $25 entry. We're going big, man. 3 mil.
All right, man. Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it.
I got the WoRP pulled up too. We're gonna pound this.
Dude, I love
WoRP.
this.
SouthHarmonFF.com. Go get that mind warped.
Let me get this set up. Hold on. Make sure we get this all teed up, buddy. We're gonna before we pull it up. Let's make sure we're actually.
Have you actually looked at the WoRP on this at all ever?
Yeah. You know what? Shout out to mindwarped. Mindwarped.com. First episode, Mike. Just to give context without going into a dynasty league, we pulled up Underdog WoRP on the
nice.
The mind warp, so that's what the first episode will be in case you were interested in that.
Isn't it crazy how the graphs for running backs and wide receivers in half PPR settings just lay right on top of each other the whole way down?
It's literally the 3 of those, and then tight ends just like a kind of like a misfit,
Well, yeah. I mean, you got the elite quarterbacks, so you got Travis Kelce, and then the rest of the tight ends. No one cares. So I think our strategy right off the bat is, fuck them tight ends.
Fuck them.
Our last 3 picks should all be tight ends. I don't know. Who cares?
I love this.
Who really
all right.
cares?
Let's go. Let's get into it, man. We're waiting for 2 people. We're in.
All right.
I'm going to have to zoom this in a little. I know, everybody. Don't worry.
You got that white mode going on. I was already giving Liebert shit about it.
I know. It's all bad, right?
Brutal.
How do I change this?
Brutal.
And you know what? Mike's going to love changing this on fucking Mac because he doesn't even know how to do it.
Are we getting sniped here? We got any snipers in here? Sniped our draft?
Let's see. Ty Patrick. I don't know. I haven't done many of these, Mike. So we got the 12 spot. How lucky is that, right?
Boom. I don't mind the turn.
I don't mind it either. I don't mind it either. Let me see if I can pull my thing out of the queue.
I mean, I'd much rather start off with Justin Jefferson and just get that out of the way. But that's fine. That's fine. What do you think, man? I've been doing a lot of these lately, and the running backs, they go late. They go pretty late, at least in the middle rounds. You think take wide receiver early? Within the first couple rounds, we get at least one? At least first 2 rounds, we better get one.
I think you got to at the spot we're at. Your quarterbacks are going to be going, so we'll see. I don't know. I think in these drafts you have to have a plan, but you got to let it fall to you. So Mike,
sure, it's same with every draft, man. Water, right?
Have that WoRP tool handy for on the spot. And
I got you. 30 seconds. I got you, man.
Let's
you
fucking
just
do
click
it.
the buttons.
All right, Jamar Chase is up, so I better put people in the queue too as we get going.
I don't
all
think
right.
you have to worry about it right now. None of these dudes making it to us.
Chase and Jefferson, right?
Oh, standard. I have started some of these with CMC, right? Like maybe at the 2, 3. If I got the 1, I always take Jefferson. That's just he's so good. He's so good. I can't take anybody else. Period. All right. Oh, man. Look at that. B-Rob at 3.
Wow. B-Rob.
We shouldn't call him B-Rob, right?
I was going to say, I'm going to say Brian Robinson is like forever going to be B-Rob to me. Don't do it.
Can I like officially put in a petition that Brian Robinson doesn't get to call B-Rob anymore and I can call Bijan B-Rob?
I think you should try it. I don't think it's going to work, but I don't mind the idea.
Look at that. Look at that. You just saved 25 people who are viewing this.
Yeah, the views will probably be a lot better now that they're not, gouging their eyes out with the giant white. All right, Mike. So, what are you thinking here? We got, as you expect, Tyreek Hill gone, Kupp gone. Yeah. Let me ask you this: Garrett Wilson, is Garrett Wilson in your? No, okay.
No. This is our draft, so you could.
Well, I'm just asking at the 12 because I'm seeing a world we have the next 4 picks in front of us. Like I could see a world where CD, Diggs, and AJ Brown are all gone. So
I really like starting off like.
In that scenario, I think what would you do there? Because I think that's what we're going to see personally.
I'd go like Lamb and Chubb.
Lamb just went. That's what I'm guessing. So now that's exactly what I figured is going to happen.
All right, what about Chubb and Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra over Garrett Wilson. I kind of feel like here, in my mind, we take Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra, but I don't know. What do you think? We don't have to take anything specific.
Let's do it, man. I'll go with you. I got the Amon-Ra. You get the Garrett Wilson. We'll take them both.
Look at that. Look at us. Who would have thought, huh? Couple of guys. Look at us. A couple of receivers, man. A couple of receivers. A year from now. Like, go back a year ago. My goodness, you imagine telling people we took 2 receivers at the turn here?
I'll take Trey Lance in the 18th. Make up for it.
I love this. All right, so
we got a long time till we're back on the clock.
We passed. Yeah, I like that honestly. Was there any?
All right, so we passed on Devontae Adams as the other receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Do you think Garrett Wilson outscores Devontae this year?
I think there's a chance. I think you have to weigh this too. With a guy like Adams, if he stays healthy, we don't actually even know his quarterback, but I think you could almost say he's so good that that's not necessarily the problem. But I do think we have to live in a world and realize that these older guys, especially when you get to him past 30, there's just injury risk on top of everything else too. You're on mute, but I don't know if you kind of feel the same way about that.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair, right? Like those guys could cliff immediately. You know what I mean? We never want to project it, but it happens, right? Julio was good 1 year and then horrible the next. Just how it goes.
Yep. All right, so Mike, we're getting Saquon's off the board. Waddle, Olave, your boys off. Pollard, man, I know he wasn't going to make it to. I know he wasn't going to make it to where we're at because we're so far away from now. But Pollard's a guy that I'm really starting to like in these the redrafts. Thinking, just with everything they have going in that offense and him having seemingly no competition, I'm coming around on Pollard a lot more, man.
At least with our start, right, it makes it pretty easy to stack quarterbacks in those mid to late rounds.
Yep.
Right? Not a lot of people out there, gunning for Aaron Rodgers.
Calvin Ridley at the 210. Mike. Yikes. I know there's excitement with Ridley. I have a few shares. I got a share recently on the trade show you probably just saw yesterday, right?
It's that camp highlight, man. That camp highlight just bumped his ADP up.
But geez, man, ahead of T. Higgins, the 210, that feels. I know you're trying to get spicy and you're trying to make your team different so that you win, but that seems just way high for me.
I'm all aboard the pretty much the running back train now. For these next probably 3 picks, to be honest.
I'm actually with you too. I think that it'll be interesting to see who makes it here. Let me ask you, I'm sure you saw the deeper context video with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Where are you at with Gibbs on the way back? I don't know that he even makes it to us, but
like him a lot more in Dynasty than I do in redraft.
In redraft?
But,
okay.
Yeah, I've gotten my fair share of him, I think, in these drafts, just because that ADP of 36 isn't always the case. Sometimes he's there, damn near 5th, 6th round. People pass on him. So,
I mean, they took him at 12, right? But right. I just want that. The reason that video is very interesting to me, not that Montgomery won't get work. They paid him, but I mean, they were planning to take him as the running back 1 at 6 overall.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me this guy's not going to get a ton of work?
Yeah. I think he's a value, right? Like, I think his ADP right here at RB12. Is that what I'm having a hard time reading, but yeah, RB12.
Yeah, RB12 on that, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair, to be honest. Where he is right now, definitely has room to, Jahmyr Gibbs was a top 6, top 5 running back on the season this year. I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. Like, you could see that happening. I just think I'm more comfortable at taking him at 12. It's hard for me to pass on Rhino. I know the Jacobs thing. JT's got issues now. Breece Hall potentially with Dalvin Cook, but there's not a lot of running backs who are in front of him or go in front of him where I'm like, oh yeah, I feel real good about taking Jahmyr Gibbs there.
I mean, I would take Ramondre ahead of him for sure. He's gone. I figured he wouldn't make it to us anyway. Jacobs, I probably still take ahead, even though there's a lot of risk, man.
We're probably ended up with Jahmyr Gibbs right here.
I mean, I was looking at it and I'm just thinking it seems right. Mike's so in on Gibbs. Oh no. What did you do? What did I do?
He's out here clicking buttons. Go to live.
I swiped my thing actually.
Or
drafts.
Draft active. There we go. So good. Auto pick to 3 mil. That'd
be so awesome. There we go. We're back. All right, Mike, we got 2 picks until we're up. I'm out here swiping the mouse and shit, y'all. Gibbs, damn it. He already gone.
Oh, well, I'm pretty big in on Najee, man. I don't hate Najee.
I was going to go to Najee, too. Now, I guess my question is, though, after Najee, what do we do here? Like, Breece seems like I don't know how I feel about Breece, honestly, this early.
Think about where he's going, though. We're getting him at 12, 13. Running back off the board.
Are you thinking double tap with Breece and Najee here?
Breece and Najee for me. That'd be my go-to.
I'm not taking. I don't like any of these receivers in this range. That's why I was like really in on Gibbs there. But all right, we're gonna do it. Najee, double tap with Breece. Breece. Let's talk about Breece for a second, man. Breece is the one for me that is a little like I love the talent, but I'm not panicked on him in Dynasty, but in redraft, it's like there's a little bit of scary of what his workload's going to be and how much his ceiling might be changing versus what we thought at one point.
That's fair. He definitely has some issues, but I think he's just such an elite athletic freak that even if Dalvin Cook's there, dusty-ass Dalvin Cook, once Breece is healthy by week 5, 6, 7, even on limited touches, that's a dude who can put up in this scoring format 20 points.
Let me ask you the other thing.
15 touches.
I'm with you. I think also even with 12 to 15 touches in best ball, even with his knee not being 100%, this is a guy that can still have a 40, 50-yard huge house play, in the first 5 weeks of the year.
Think about how good he was on limited touches last year, for one. And then 2, that was with the entire league knowing that their quarterback situation was god-awful. Like, Breece Hall's on the field. This is the dude to stop. QBs are dog shit. Just cover Garrett Wilson. We'll be fine. This is all we got to do. And it still didn't matter. Breece Hall would just rip them, gape them. Now you get Aaron Rodgers, competent quarterback, those weapons they have. Bigger running lanes, maybe? Yeah.
The other thing, too, I was going to say is that my other consideration there would have been, how would you have felt about taking Lamar there?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. I think Lamar this year, they're setting him up to smash. I normally don't like taking quarterbacks that early, but outside of Breece, there really wasn't anyone there that made me feel like I'm getting a value. I kind of felt like we were
Well,
a little
WoRP-wise,
pigeonholed,
right?
a little pigeonholed in what we were going to do anyway.
WoRP-wise, right? Justin Fields was QB5 last year, right? If you kind of just project Lamar to be QB5 range, you're at like a 0.9.
Mm-hmm.
The coefficient for running back is like RB. Jeez, man, RB 19. Like I can't do the quarterback there. Just can't.
Lamar, I think though, has the Fields range of upside with rushing, but I think he's surrounded with, and people may not say elite pass catching wide receivers, especially with old OBJ in this, but I think your passing volume with him could be up too. But I'm just talking more from a like there really wasn't anything there, Mike, that made me say like we got to take something here. I'm with you on Najee, but then after that, Drake London feels like a reach. You know how I feel about Debo. Right. There's no one really there that screamed to me like WoRP monster really. I like the upside of Breece Hall if he's more healthy than we think, but scary a little to me.
Unless I'm stacking quarterbacks with one of my first picks, you know what I mean? Like if I start Chase, then I'll reach a little bit on Burrow. If you
get Andrews, right.
If I start Travis Kelce in the first round, I'll reach on Mahomes, right, just to get that stack. Like unstack though, I mean, we didn't take Mark Andrews. I guess technically, if you wanted to, you could have taken. I don't know if Andrews went before or after our pick, but you could have taken like Andrews, Lamar as a stack on the turn. I would have been fine with that. But to take a quarterback that high unstacked, it's like, nah, I'm good, man. Especially when they're
what glitch? What glitch, Barry? It says we'll fix a glitch.
We'll fix that glitch.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing. I think we're okay, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe it's because you're scrolled over. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
We up yet?
Not yet.
5 picks away.
I can refresh it though. Hopefully, watch Barry screw us.
No, we're good.
We're good.
Still 5 picks away. I just quarterback, tight end. Those are 2 positions I just generally fade to shit, unless I've got a stack early on or an opportunity early on. Otherwise, I don't really care. They're just not that big of a difference maker. They're not.
Yeah, I think as
even
I'm looking
historically, like
I'm
looking, go back to 2021.
What's that?
The quarterbacks or tight ends, right? Neither one of those positions are big.
Yeah, you have to bet on and hit the guy that is a difference maker, and kind of you have to hit the specific player because overall the WoRP is going to tell you not to do it for the position. Mm-hmm. Hollywood's already gone. Not that we were going to take him. So what are you thinking here, Mike?
I like JK.
You already know what I'm thinking. He's gone, by the way. You already know what we have to do here.
All right, give me Cam Akers for sure.
Damn it! I love what I just heard. Say that again.
Give me Cam
Say that
Akers.
for the people.
And who's the other one?
So this is where it's a little tougher. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little. He's not gonna make it back to us. Javonte is making it exciting to me. I don't think it's worth taking here. It's a little early, but this next pick is tough, man. We got 10 seconds. I'm not locked in on anyone that I'm seeing right now, personally.
Give me Pittman. Give me Pittman.
Okay. 2 seconds, Pittman. You like that?
At the buzzer. Let's go.
I'll tell you what I'm not doing is taking Kyle Pitts. I got the Pitts jersey on, but I'm not taking Kyle Pitts.
I like Akers there, right? That gives us a third running back. Now we got 3 receivers, 3 running backs. I kind of like this start already.
I know how much you hate him, but like Gabe Davis, I wouldn't have taken him there specifically. No. But he in this format, in the best ball, I prefer him a lot more than I do like a guy like Dotson, as much as I love the talent of Dotson. So
here's the thing. Theoretically, we got Breece, who's not playing right away. So we got 2 running back spots filled early in the season, putting up points.
Yep.
We got 3 wide receiver spots filled. We're looking for that last flex. Do we take a running back on the way back? At least one.
I think it really depends. Like if you look at this list, right? Madison's insane.
I'm not taking Madison.
You want to star Madison?
No, I don't. Fuck that guy. I want you to go down and star DeAndre Swift for me, though.
Yeah. I was just gonna say. So Pierce, I would definitely take. Monty, I still probably would take. Swift. Javonte is the next one, and then honestly after that, I would consider Pacheco, but I get nervous after Javonte about just taking any back because think about how it works in best ball too, right?
Yep.
You have no way to get to the waivers, so if you take one of these running backs that you either project for a workload and they don't get it, like Pacheco, if he doesn't get the work we think he's going to. You take Kamara, who gets a suspension. Like, once I get past there, I get really worried about a guy just end up being almost a zero for me. You know what I mean? I would rather fill it somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Put Kamara in the Q2. I really like him at his cost.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. So what would that be? We're not up till the 7-12.
Like, Adam, what if it's only a 2-game suspension? If anything,
I just know that it's so unlikely to be that number just because they go historically. But if it's anything less than what we think is possible of 6, like, I think he's going to be a value. Period. He's just so good, right?
Right. And better offense now instead of Andy Dalton, Derek Carr.
What I am
wide receivers, we should probably put some of these dudes in Q2.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Gabe Davis is not going to make it, but he's 100%.
I would take Pickens before I'd take Davis.
Would you take Burks ahead of him?
Yes, I would too.
Ooh, interesting. What about Cooks, Tony, Elijah Moore?
I like Cooks, and I like Zay Flowers.
Ahead of Gabe?
Yeah.
Really? I definitely would not take Zay ahead of Gabe. Okay. Brandon Cooks, I can make the case, though.
This is also me. I hate Gabe Davis. You know
I don't really like him either. Well, I should say this. I don't like him a lot in Dynasty, but, man, in best ball leagues like this format, he plays on the team that has the QB that, like, Cooks. That's why I could say it to Cooks. I'm not saying even Lamar isn't a good quarterback for Zay Flowers, but there's so much there with him being a rookie. Gabe Davis could have 2 weeks in the playoffs or near it. That this is what you need in this type of a tournament. You want that crazy boom week.
I get you.
We're playing in this massive thing. He's gone anyway, so damn it. I really would. I wanted to put Mike's feet to the fire. Like 7-12, I wanted to see on air you score him in front of everybody because I know you wouldn't have wanted to take him. Would have been awesome. Damn, it would have been awesome.
Glad. I'll let everybody else take him.
Let's see. What about what else we got? So we got 5 people in the queue. I feel pretty confident we're good.
I kind of sneakily like Connor too at his cost.
I was gonna mention him. Talk about him? Go ahead.
He's old. He's crusty, but he just produces, right? And as long as he stays healthy, he produces. So, I mean, who the hell else is taking the job there in Arizona? Emery DiMercato? Keontae Ingram? No.
I mean, they're not going to snatch it from him. He's got to probably get hurt, right? Or just suck.
We're setting back up for running backs. All the receivers went.
They all went, buddy. Thoughts on Elijah Moore?
I don't know. D-Bro scared the shit out of me with him.
D-Bro ain't here to save it, all right?
I know. Yeah.
Do you see that?
All right, let's figure it out. Which running back are we taking?
I think Javonte is the one here for me of the guys available.
Take Javonte first. We'll figure out the other one.
Don't you dare timeout to – yes. God, that's so awesome. All right, Javonte, we got a little time here. Then what are we doing for our next pick? I just look at – I want Elijah Moore over Rashad Bateman, man, personally. Okay. Rashad Bateman's injury is scaring me.
I'll let you have your second one. You take Elijah Moore.
Okay, so we'll go Elijah and Javonte. Boom. Okay.
4-4.
I feel good about our draft right now.
We still don't have to take quarterback yet.
No. Well, the one thing, I would not have done it over to Javonte. Watson feels like he's kind of a tweener here. But, I don't mind stacking.
This is one thing, too, that I really like to do, Adam. I don't know how many of these you've done or, like, how often you've been into.
I've done like 4 this year. I haven't done enough.
I also kind of like back and forth between these builds. If I just say fuck quarterback and fuck tight end, and I'm not looking for stacks, I'm just looking to fill out the roster because we are one running back away from me going, yeah, I'm done taking running backs for the rest of the draft. You know what I mean? Like I get to 5 running backs and they're the caliber that you have where I feel I'm not taking my shots on Ty Chandlers and Elijah Mitchells like these fucking guys. I'm taking actually legitimate running backs. Once I get to 5, I'm done. I don't even look at the position. Just take it off the board.
So just let's talk about the quarterback room for a second. What's left?
This is why I don't take quarterback, right?
Right. Yep.
Tua could have a top 5 season. Dak could rebound and have a top 5 season. I'm not going to say that about Anthony Richardson. Kirk Cousins is a perennial threat to be top 12 quarterback every single time. Daniel Jones with his rushing ability could break into the top 12 pretty easily. Geno Smith, as much shit as I'll give, the weapons are there, the offense is there for him to do something. So, and then us right there looking. Our first 2 picks were receivers, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, if we want to stack both of them, done and done. And we didn't have to reach at all on quarterbacks.
By the way, Dynasty Alex was pretty, I think, upset that we didn't end up getting a chance to get DeAndre Swift. I just saw it in the chat. So
I can't help it. I can't make people not draft him.
You know, what do you want from us? Kamara finally went. Mike, I was going to ask you, dude, if Kamara makes it back, is that that's a miracle to me.
Yeah, we're smashing the shit out of it. He came back.
Man, the one thing though in best ball, Mike, that I like, this is part of fading the receiver position is not that we know we can't, but the workload of what you expect and the upside for these guys now becomes a lot different. I think there's a lot of floor plays here, but there's not much ceiling plays. You know,
what is even around at the tight end position?
Who gives a shit, right? I wish I could wish I could pull the WoRP up and like a side screen here. I probably could if I prepared a little better, maybe next time. But yeah,
it's nothing I give a fuck about, man, at all. Think about how good David and Njoku was like last year at times, right? 0.48 WoRP, Adam. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Evan Ingram, top 5 tight end, 0.64.
Say that again. That's fucking terrible.
0.64, man. Like Samaje Perine last year. Samaje Perine, right? Spelling Joe Mixon. 0.64.
I'm looking in the comments, and my lack of Q is making people not feel so good, Mike. So let's talk about our upcoming pick and who we want to put in the queue.
You just take the tight end part off.
I was gonna say we can do it. We can do it this way, right?
Don't care. Yeah. All right. I did like Shotty B the last time.
All right. I don't hate it this late when we get into round. This is gonna be what, 9-12. There's B-Rob. What about B-Rob? You were asking about him in round 1.
Please God, no.
Quarterback here. Is this a spot to take quarterback, or are you fading into oblivion?
We might unstacked, right? A little Dak Prescott action.
I was gonna say like Dak seems like a pretty good bet here.
And whoever drafted CeeDee Lamb before us and sniped us is gonna be fucking furious. But I'll love it.
We'll put him in the queue. Let me ask you this: what about a Zach Charbonnet? Shoulder?
No, thank you.
Just in general, don't want him?
Nope.
Any of these running backs interest you at all?
This is why I go running back early too, because when you get to these guys, I go, ugh.
A-Chain in this format would intrigue me, just because even in the scenario where he doesn't get a ton of work, like in that scheme, even if he gets a few carries a game, 5-10ish.
McKinnon as our 5th running back too is pretty awesome. Like I like that. I
did too, man. Dude, these receivers are going and they're gross. So Dak went. Quarterback still on the table, or are we out?
Yeah, maybe we could.
What are you thinking here? Who'd your QB be?
Probably Daniel Jones, to be honest.
It's not that you're wrong. It's that I hate it.
And then we can stack later with some of those shittier wide receivers. You know what? Those bottom of the roster guys. Because that's all we have.
Let's talk about the receiver position again. Is there anyone here? Like I am so grossed out by the receivers left.
Juju.
No chance.
Juju. It's wide receiver 5, man. Come on.
I know. I'm actually just reading to see who else is available right now. I wouldn't hate it. I think. All right, Beckham went. What are we doing here? We taking a QB, or are we taking Jones, or no?
Who's the running backs? Just go with the running backs.
Okay, running backs. I mean, it's gross. A-Chain?
No. Too early. Wide receiver.
Okay, we got 15
Take
seconds.
Juju. Take Juju for sure. Come on.
God, I hate you so much.
I know.
You know this is when we lose the million over that. Just who was it?
You made me take Garrett Wilson in round 1. You owed me one.
Who we got here? 15.
Take Daniel Jones, and we'll stack some of these shittier wide receivers later.
No thoughts of A-Rich at this point, right?
No. Come on, man. Rookie quarterback. Passing concerns. No.
How about what'd you say? There was a guy you mentioned at quarterback that was 5 in WoRP, I think, last year.
5 in WoRP. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. That was his second year in the league, though. He wasn't
pretty good passing team, right? Pretty good passing guy.
Not every rookie quarterback who comes in has Justin Herbert level WoRP or difference making ability. Stop it.
Not not any quarterback that's come into the league ever has looked like this guy.
Stop it.
Singularly ever. There he went. Bash Bartari just talking. He's on this stream and he's like talking cash.
I am fucking furious. Somebody took Aaron Rodgers.
Why? Oh, you were hoping for the cheap stack?
Wilson. Come on.
Cheap stack.
That was the next go-round. And
all right, Devon A-Chain is not making it past us this next time if he comes. He's going to be gone, but
A-Chain for
I got to
sure.
put him in there. I think McKinnon has to go in the queue.
Yeah, we're only taking one of them, though.
I agree. What about, one I don't hate this late is Jacoby Myers.
I am with you. I could get on. I also like Darnell Mooney.
I could get behind that, too.
Much better as a number 2 wide receiver, and now he's got a true one. There's a guy right below Darnell Mooney I also like. You hate him, but
no, this is best ball. Remember, I told you he's a roster clogger in lineup.
What was the bye week on Daniel Jones? Because Jared Goff
13.
Right there, you can throw Jared Goff in the queue for our Amon-Ra stack.
What about your boy Russell Wilson? Whoa, Kirk Cousins still out here? Oh, he's got the same bye though. Damn. Yeah. And he's gone. It's Captain Kirk. I mean, Captain Kirk. If you're not watching it, I haven't watched much of it. Just enough to be wanting to take some Kirk in my drafts, man.
We didn't get Kamara, right? So let's correlate it. You could throw Jamal Williams in that queue.
Here, let me just real quick. Let's read off our team for everyone watching. So we got Dimes as QB1. Gosh, a year ago, imagine telling people that. Najee Harris, Brees Hall, Cam Akers, Devontae Williams, and then at receiver we got Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Michael Pittman, Elijah Moore, and Juju. There went A-Chain. So still queued up. We got McKinnon, Myers, Mooney, Moore. Let me ask you this, Mike. How far do you fade the tight end position at this point?
I keep fading it, right?
All the way to the bottom? Like all the way to your last picks?
People at tight end 9 keep coming off. I'm good. I just keep fading the shit out of it.
I'll be honest, had we gotten Watson, I might have pushed for the Njoku a little earlier. But outside of doing that, I'm with you. Let's fade it more.
And, we took the Daniel Jones thing. The one thing I have done is reach maybe a little bit on tight end. If I take Daniel Jones, I'll take Waller around the same spot.
Not a bad idea.
But he's gone.
I mean, he's way gone. I'm just looking. Yeah. I was just looking to see where your boy's gone here, Laporta.
Right. I've gotten a few of him too.
I wouldn't mind taking him really late if he's tight end 19 here. It's in Dynasty when he's tight end 9 that makes me sick.
It'd be even better if we get Jared Goff here too with one of these 2 picks.
So we got how many till we're up? 5? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson ahead of Jared Goff. Interesting. The receivers here are so gross, dude. Goodness.
They're disgusting. That's why we're going to stack the bottom of our roster with Daniel Jones receivers.
Let me ask you, what's your take on some of these rookie running backs here in a best ball format later?
I like Roshan quite a bit.
I do too. What about Kendra? Are you out?
I could get behind Kendra, right?
I can too. I think those would be the 2 a lot later like this I could get behind. Now I know for everyone else, I'm just going to ask the question. What about the guy that the mouse is on right now? No. Just in general, they want to know where you're at on.
I will close this stream down.
You can't close the stream down. You can get out of it if you want.
I'll go to YouTube and delete this video.
Wow, the spite.
Right. You want to take McKinnon?
I think McKinnon's an easy one. Are we taking Goff or Rondell is the question for me.
Let's take Goff. Let's get some stack action going on.
Let me just see our numbers at. What is the roster construction on the WoRP tab say for receiver?
8.8, so damn near 9.
I don't hate taking Rondell, even though my thing is this: could we get a different quarterback later that gives you damn near what Goff does?
Sure can.
Let's do it. We're taking Rondell. All right.
Sure can. I'm with you.
That's one thing about the WoRP tool that I do like to do in something like this is I think roster construction on this is so much more important than it would be in Dynasty even, right? Because you have so little spots to play with. I want to get another body that might give you some weeks at receiver personally.
It's fun, man. And there's some really good quarterbacks available later too. Guys you can make a case for.
Dude, right now, seriously, as much as I hate these guys,
I'll take some of these rookies down here.
I was just gonna say you could make a case for Bryce and CJ a lot later.
Kenny Pickett, Ryan Tannehill now with DeAndre Hopkins and Treylon Burks. Like that's.
I honestly, in a best ball league like this where we already have Daniel Jones, I wouldn't hate taking Stafford, not ahead of a lot of the guys in the
and one I've gotten a shit ton of is Kyler at ADP because everyone acts like he's not playing the year, right? That's kind of
best part about best ball is you don't need him to play the whole year, right?
I don't. Cody says if we don't draft Purdy, he unsubs. That's fine. See you, Cody.
Cody, I guess you'll be unsubbed at the shit B&B because he just paid up for that, so he's there. Excited for it, man. The expo is around the freaking corner, y'all. Damn it, I'm excited, bro. Just wait till y'all see, man. We got some treats in store for you.
So you don't even need to put running back up anymore because we just took our 5th. I'm done. And roster construction on WoRP says 5 running backs. We're done.
I basically, when I just look at this, there would have to be one super late, like last round, for me to go ahead of that probably. I'm good.
Zeke is one of those guys that I get a lot too.
I think right now, Mike, we're pretty penciled in on receiver and QB and possibly tight end if there was I just don't know if we need to do it yet.
Pull up the tight ends. We'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. Pull them all up. Let's just throw them all 3. Hodgepodge.
Just no running backs. We don't care. Ooh. I'd be okay taking Gerald Everett.
I'm literally saying that's one that on that offense, I just want pieces of it.
I'd be really okay with it. So I think our roster construction at the end is probably going to look like 2, 5, 8, and 3. Is that math?
It's math, and I think you got to basically decide: are you taking 2 QBs or 2 tight ends? For me, I'll take 3 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends.
3 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends? Really?
Yeah, I think the tight ends, like you could get guys that do absolutely nothing. I could make the case for both, but for me, it depends what quarterbacks are out there. Like I think when you don't take a high end one, which is what I prefer to do. Mm-hmm. If you let's just say you throw in your third is a Jordan Love type or Matthew Stafford, he gives you like who's to say Matthew Stafford can't have 3 spike weeks? Like that's something that matters a lot in this format, in my opinion. How many tight ends are really going to make a difference in a big format like this where you have to be unique? I don't know. Not that many.
I'm just looking for actually having options if you make it to the tournament. You know what I mean? Where it's win or go home. You really need the points. Like making it through the qualifying with only 2 tight ends, you can definitely do it and just beat the shit out of other people with the rest of your roster. I think that's a thing. But like if you actually make it to the tournament, I think it's hard if you don't have those tight ends, right? Because you need to maximize every single spot on that for that week.
Let's hear it in the chat. Which do you guys prefer? 2 QBs or 2 tight ends? I think it's pretty easy. You make the case. It's got to be one or the other. Like you want to put everything else in the running back and receiver position. In my mind, that's just what WoRP tells you.
So you can definitely, I think here at least, my opinion, queue up Gerald Everett, queue up Kyler Murray. Wide receiver. How about Alec Pierce, man? I kind of like him for some deep shots.
I have a hard time taking both him and Pittman personally, but
Oh, that's right. We did take Pittman.
I don't want too much receiving exposure on that Indy offense where we didn't take Richardson. Had we stacked Richardson, I'd be like, let's go all in, right? Because you're betting on it, but to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Chark or DPJ?
Well, Chark just went. I was about to star him too. DPJ, I think. The only question is with us taking Elijah Moore, are you just betting one of them hits?
That. Yeah, fuck that DPJ thing then. Shaheed then. Shaheed comes.
God, you know what? I mean, fuck. Dude, they're really wanting us to take Pierce. Gosh.
Everything's going. I'm not taking Pierce. I'm with you. I take. Let's go. Let's just finish off wide receiver right here, man.
What about? Hold on. What about Hodgins with Daniel Jones?
Oh, sure.
I'm just asking the question. You can say no.
Yeah, I don't really like him, but sure, I get it.
Which one are we taking here? Is we taking Shaheed and Hodgins?
Take Hodgins first. Take Hodgins first. We'll figure out the other one.
Okay.
And we waited on tight end for so long. Go ahead and take. What about Irv Smith, Cincinnati?
It's either Irv or Laporta. I would lean Irv. The Burrow thing's a little nerve wracking, but I can get behind it.
I can get behind Irv.
All right. So let's just run through the team again real quick. At the 12 spot, we started with Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Then we went Najee and Breece Hall. Then followed that with Akers and who was our Pittman. Then it was Javonte, Elijah Moore. Then we got Juju, Rondale Moore. We got Daniel Jones somewhere in there. I forgot about taking him. Then we just took recently McKinnon. Hodgins, and Irv Smith. So that is the team. We're currently at 1 quarterback, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, and a tight end. So our roster construction is right on par, man. Right on par.
I get you. I also liked Marvin Mims. There was another guy that I was going to mention. Kind of like him for the deep shots.
I would have loved him. If I get Russell Wilson, I'm almost a little more willing to take Marvin Mims early too.
There was no way if we didn't have Daniel Jones, though, I would have even thought about Hodgins there. So chat before you kill us. Like, it wouldn't even have been a thing.
I'm telling you, it's the only reason I considered it too is because of that. Let me ask you this, Mike. Your boy sitting here, Juwan Johnson.
Yes. I've got so many shares of Juwan Johnson, but why not more? Let's go.
Damn, I forgot I had something I was going to say, and I totally am blanking on it now. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. Oh, how many – what roster construction says what for the QB and the tight end, by the way? It's like in the middle of 2 for both, right?
Yeah, let me scroll back up. I was looking how deep or like how good Hayden Hurst was for the Bengals last year. Not that good, apparently. So the Irv Smith thing might have been shit. He wasn't that good. But – roster construction for WoRP says 2.42 quarterbacks, so they really don't want you at 3. That tells me 2. 5.5 for the running backs, so 5 or 6. I usually go with 5. Tight ends, 3.58. They almost want you to take 4 at them.
Ugh.
4 tight ends.
Ugh.
No. And 8.83 wide receivers, so 9.
Here's my thing about the tight end. Let me just spit it to you why. I get it. I get what you're saying, but like if you told me that I'm going to miss my window of points somewhere, like if you take Daniel Jones, let's say, and you take one other quarterback, there's a chance, one, that neither one of them gives you anything. If I'm going to lose it, I don't want to lose a quarterback. I want to lose a tight end. Look at the WoRP. Look at how points are distributed. And then the other thing with only taking 2 is, Mike, one of them gets hurt and you shoot yourself completely out of the money. Like you're done.
Yep. That's fine, though. I'm okay being fragile like that. Quarterback spot.
You know where I like to be fragile? Especially now that I'm fragile as they come.
All right,
I won't even put it on the box.
Listen, I don't think I have many 3 QB builds. And if I did, it was by accident. You know what I mean?
To me, though, it also depends on who's available, right? Like, I'm not just going to take a third quarterback to just take a third quarterback. You know what I mean? But if I have a chance, let's say, to add my third quarterback is like a Bryce Young or something like that, that's cool. Let's see what quarterbacks are left, by the way. Let's even see if it's even worth it. What about Mac Jones as a QB3? Your favorite?
I got
especially since we got a little bit Juju in there.
Juju?
Huh?
Gotta get that stuff.
Alec Pierce just finally went. Wow. All right, just the quarterbacks that I would be comfortable drafting are Kenny Pickett, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. What's your thoughts on Sam Howell?
No.
I agree.
Ryan Tannehill, yes.
Ritter?
Yes.
Mac Jones, and what about Jimmy?
That's it.
I'm not touching Jimmy.
That's the end of the list of quarterbacks.
Wait, you wouldn't take your guy?
Sam Howell?
Trey Lance.
Oh, come on, man. If I want to throw away $25, I'll just, donate it. Good.
All right, let's look at the receiver. Oh, let me ask you this, because I know you're not a big guy on this, but there's seeming like a cult crowd for cult following for Tim Patrick, and he's been following Russell Wilson around and stuff.
I've got a lot of Tim Patrick because I also own a lot of Russell Wilson shares in Underdog.
I feel like this late. What is the downside in taking him this late? Right.
Nothing. Yeah, there's no downside. But for us,
starring it.
Star him. Star Paris Campbell too, man. Come on.
We're gonna go all in on this Giants team, man. We're going all fucking in. You hear me? We're going in.
Bro, do you want to buy into the Justin Ross thing?
No, but I'll tell you what I would. You know what I would consider? You know what I will consider is Richie James.
Okay. I kind of want to buy into the Justin Ross thing just one time. Not here though.
For those of you that want to know where we're at on this, go back and listen to the pod with JB from about a year ago, and you'll know exactly why I don't want to start.
All right, we got a couple picks. What are we doing here? Tight ends. We didn't even look at tight ends. Where are we at?
Let's take a peek here.
Jawan's
staring us in the face. It's just too easy, right? I think Jawan and Dunn. Oh, Trey McBride is kind of intriguing to me too, though, man. Yes.
Take Jawan for sure.
I don't want to take 3 tight ends. All right, so let's talk about our other pick. Look at all this queue. I really don't want to take a third tight end right now. There's too many good players in this queue.
You don't have to. Do you want to take quarterback?
Me personally, Mike, I'm going to look and make sure none of these guys are on the same bye. I can make the case for Pickett and Stroud pretty strongly. Either one.
Let's take Kenny Pickett. People need to stop hating. Kenny Pickett.
2 Kennys, 1 draft.
2 Kennys, 1 draft. Yes. Yes. All right.
We're back, baby. We are back.
So now we're down to the last 2 picks. And it's definitely a wide receiver. And either a quarterback or a tight end.
I'll be honest, we have to get another receiver here, right? We got 7. I don't never want to leave with less than 8, man, personally. When WoRP tells me that I need at least 8 and sometimes 9, I'm not leaving with less than 8.
I've done a few where I've gone with 6, but I started like my first 4 picks were all wide receivers.
See, and the problem with that for me, and we know this in best ball, Mike, just you can't backfill with like the wire and stuff. But for example, if you get injuries at receiver, like even just 1, like your backfill can matter for that. But if you don't backfill enough, you're totally done. Totally done. Because
they're so spotty, right? There's some of the least consistent ones. Besides, like, and I mean, when I say like Adam, I started with 4 wide receivers. I mean, I started with Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. You know what I mean?
The guys, right? I get you.
The guys. Where
I understand.
Like, I could just get by with 6 because I know Jefferson's like every week's going to be a top option.
I'm looking here. I don't want any part of these running backs, bro. Like y'all can miss me with these guys.
We're not taking.
I'm just scrolling through and just seeing.
Seeing what trash is available. This is why I take running back early.
To me, this is why I would consider 3 quarterbacks, man. Honestly, like when we come back around, there's a scenario where you add a guy like Stroud to this, or you add a guy like Mac Jones.
Okay, I'm good with you. Juwan Johnson's the top 5 option at tight end, anyways.
Right. The only problem is we can't add Derek Carr. So
we already got a top 5 tight end. We got him in the 15th round.
Let's talk about. I think receiver has to be one of our picks here.
Slayton.
Goodness, let me ask you this, just because I don't know at this point. Not that he wouldn't be the right pick. I guess we only have. No, I thought we. For some reason, I thought we had another giant. Oh, we missed him. Okay. Then I'm good. Then I'm good taking another one. Slayton would be fine.
Slayton or I don't hate Wandale either. I really don't. Like,
what's going on with him, by the way?
On the PUP list because of that ACL.
Sheesh, it's gross here, man.
I don't really want to take the other guys though, right? Like the Sterling Shepard.
Let me ask you this: Terrace Marshall. What about Terrace Marshall?
I don't mind him. I take a lot of him too. I take a lot of Chase Claypool too, just because. What if I'm wrong?
Yeah, I think I'll
Davis,
star Terrace Marshall and Corey Davis. I think I'll star those 2.
Davis.
I think those would be the 4 that I'm comfortable with right now, personally.
What about how about a little Allen Robinson? We did get a Kenny Pickett. Could we get a little backdoor Allen Robinson stack? Like maybe he's a thing again.
I don't think we can. I mean,
I tried. I'm sorry, Rob.
So Pittsburgh has a affinity for drafting receivers, but what they don't do is get these old guys that come in and just
in free agency.
They don't reincarnate old guys. All right, it doesn't happen.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh shit!
But yeah, Ricardo said it. Boom bust receiver.
Jalen Hyatt clocked at 24 on the field today. Did you see this?
Ooh. Oh, he's fast. He's not available, is he?
No,
he's gone.
Hell no, he's gone.
All right, so we got the receivers. You already had the quarterbacks that we actually care about. So
these are our last 2, right?
Yeah, this would be pretty easy.
So I mean, we can just have it out, man. I think we already know we're taking a receiver here with one of our picks. So let's have it out.
I mean, Trey McBride's like right here.
No, he's gonna be there. Watch.
Tyler Conklin's right there. Look at these nice tight ends. Like
look at
Isaiah
these shitty.
Likely.
Look at these shitty WoRP, worthless.
Jake Ferguson. Come on.
Ray tweeted about Likely.
Michael Mayer. Let's go.
Ugh.
No. Okay. I tried.
I'm good with it. What are we doing? Let's have it out. First of all, we're taking Slayton as our receiver.
Let's take Slayton. Yep. Easy.
Okay. Now let's have it out, man. This is it.
Quarterback or tight end?
I really don't.
Quarterback is Tannehill for me.
I think it's Tannehill. Would you who has a better chance of scoring for you, Tannehill or Trey McBride? This is the conversation right now.
Go ahead. Take the third quarterback. Take Tannehill. Come on. Take
Goodness.
it. Do it.
I love what the right as I hit draft, what I love seeing, what I mean by love is, I mean hate, is like in best ball when we need him for the whole season, the news thing was Tannehill starter for now.
All right. So here's what we did, boy. Man. I saw somebody saying it like we need to do this.
Imagine if Tannehill is the starter for like the first 5 weeks and they go to Levis and then we're fucking sitting there and like we didn't take it.
Right. Somebody said in the chat, I think it was Dynasty Alex, said that we should do this every Sunday for August. I kind of agree with him. I don't mind doing it.
I'm down for August. Yeah, and when you're here, we'll do some. Since you're here, when you're here, we'll do a few of these live too, where we're both casting couch style.
Casting couch underdog drafts. Let's go. We're really gonna put that promo code 4D Chess to good use.
4D Chess. The Best Ball Mania 4 is just getting started, gentlemen.
But since I let you have 3 quarterbacks this time, the next one we're not.
We're gonna do a 2 tight end. The best part is we're gonna have this argument like it really matters, and we're gonna be so far from hitting this fucking million on all of them.
Yes.
It's just a conversation. All right, let's just look at the team though. Let's talk about this. Sure. Like, first of all, I don't put much stock into this, but we got 3,000 on the nose projected. Where does that normally look compared to what you've been drafting this year?
Every time I draft, man, it always like your team sucks. You're scoring 2,700. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm getting 3,000 on projected ever.
Did y'all hear this, Barry? Everybody here, y'all are witnesses. This is what I have to do is keep this guy in line so we get to the projected number.
All right? No cap, man. Every fucking time I draft, it's like 2,600, 2,700. You're the worst team in the league. Like y'all don't know. Y'all
don't know because they need the ATM drafting, man. They need ATM behind the mouse, you know. Daniel Jones, Kenny Pickett, Ryan Tannehill. Mike, this is a puking quarterback room a year ago. I mean, complete. And now it's not really all that much different, especially with Tannehill thrown in the mix. Like, this is, wow. This is not normally what my quarterback room would look like in a best ball league, but I love that this is what we did. This is for the brand, this quarterback room right here. All right. Najee Harris, Breece Hall, Cam Akers, Javonte Williams, Jerick McKinnon. I really actually am a fan of our overall running back room. There's obviously injury issues for both Breece Hall and Javonte Williams, but I feel like especially where we got Williams, Mike, that's a pretty big value for me.
But, yeah, we got both of those guys at value, to be honest. We got huge value on those 2 guys. And if we're right and they don't have as bad of injury concerns, we knocked it out of the park. It'll be hard to catch this running back room. If we're wrong, it's going to be horrible, and we just donated $25. Here you go.
All right. By the way, I've been so worried about making sure we don't time out. I've been missing comments. I've been reading y'all. Don't worry. You just haven't been going up on the screen because trying to get them on the screen with missing timing out. Sorry, but I wasn't timing out over putting.
You can only do one thing at a time, man.
Cody, I want a review of my draft and big meat after this. Well, Cody, stay tuned. There's a lot of people that want their team reviews, and we need to get on that. But it's all right. Let's get back to this real quick. Help is on the way. No bullshit, by the way. All right. Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Michael Pittman, Elijah Moore, Juju Smith-Schuster. You guys know how much it's hard for me to say that name on air. Rondale Moore, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton. Mike, you know what? I don't hate the fact that we took those kind of dirt cheap throw-ins of stack options late for Daniel Jones. I kind of like that, right?
All we need.
And then when you draft, see, this is why you don't need a third tight end, Mike, because when you draft the best tight end on your team as your second one in Juwan Johnson, you're good. Like, you're good. You can avoid having the third one, right?
Why do people hate him? Why does the underdog community hate him in ADP?
The best part is, Mike, we got him behind his ADP, which is already criminally late.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's tight end 21 on underdog ADP, and we got him even worse than that.
Real shit, Mike. How do you feel about this? Let us know in the comments. This team, what do you think?
This is a South Harmon special if it ain't, right? This is you and me to the core where it's like dirty, crusty quarterbacks that no one gives a shit about. They all have warts. And it's
this is really dirty, too.
It's tight ends that people, like, fuck them tight ends. We don't care about them. And
here, as a matter of fact, Mike, let's put it on the screen.
Yes.
Let's make everybody feel it.
They're gross.
Good.
But how about this for correlation, though, right? We spent so much draft capital on running backs and wide receivers, like good ones at the top. And then we waited on quarterback and tight end, right? We waited on quarterback and tight end. And in a tournament format, if we're right, Adam, if we're right about Daniel Jones and Kenny Pickett, like having, Daniel Jones, for me, what I said is like, this is a dude with his rushing ability. I don't know what Darren Waller's going to do to him, but he could be horrible. He could be old Daniel Jones that we love to hate. Or Adam, this is a dude who could put up a top 5 quarterback season because he can run for 600-700 yards and throw for 3,600 and 30 touchdowns or whatever the hell the case may be. Tight end room, kind of the same thing, right? Irv Smith could be god awful and horrible. We could get a nothing burger out of him, or because he plays in Cincinnati, this could be a touchdown machine, right? This could be a guy who just scores a shit ton of points. And my affinity for Juwan Johnson. He was already tight end 5 last year in this format. Yeah, if he repeats it, it looks gross. It looks crusty. We put all of our effort into the other 2 positions, and you just need to hit those 2 other ones to, hey, hit the mountaintop. So I'm okay, man. This is like a swing for the fences team with not a lot of stacks, but the stacks are like disgusting. Like,
do you guys? Does everybody here know? You know what? I'm going to put this up here. It's a unique team, so you have that going for you. Well, first and foremost, you're damn right, Amy. It's a unique team. That's what we do. We try to get a unique team because I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Everybody in here talking all this tight ends or grow. You know what you need to win this thing? A fucking unique team. Because guess what? The ones that are going to look all the same, good luck. Good luck beating how many drafts for this thing, Mike?
There's going to be, I think it was only 50% filled, wasn't it, Adam? And there's 300,000 entries, so you're looking at 600,000 if it fills before the season.
You know what you need to win? You know what you need to lose is anything. Any ticket's going to lose. But you know what you need to win is a unique build.
Ricardo hit it, man. We did miss out on Shaheed. Like the Shaheed one. I think what did we take? Hodgins before Shaheed?
I feel like Shaheed was. I feel like we got taken. Shaheed got taken in front of us.
Scroll down. It's easy because you can identify us at 12. But
yeah,
I think Hodgins. Yes, we took Hodgins before we took Shaheed.
Hold on. You sure?
Yes. 100%. 156.
We should have taken him ahead of Irv.
Yes, we took the tight end instead.
Because you know what we could have done is taken Juwan Johnson and then one of your guys you were clamoring for, Trey McBride or
right.
Yep. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. We didn't fade it hard enough, and you take 2.
Yep. You know what? When like the kick.
I like this. Cody says, "You know what you need to lose is $25." That's fair. Speaking of which, you know what? We may have to up the dues. Yeah, out here.
I love it. All
right, man. I feel good about this team. You guys, I like the hate comments more than I like the hype comments personally, but that's kind of how I am.
Not gonna happen. But what if?
Oh no!
What if this is?
Oh no! What if it wins? Because here's what I do know.
I got 58 people in here with a crusty ass quarterback room and dog shit tight ends that have just made a shit ton of money. So y'all are welcome.
Here's what I do know. Mike is he's intolerable the large majority of the time. You guys
don't let me win this.
You guys don't have to deal with him nearly as much as I do. Like he comes on the live streams, he's excited, he's pleasant. You know, you don't get to see the fucking McNutted that I get all the time, right? This guy will be though, if we win this draft, forget me, forget ATM winning all this money. We'll get to that later. Mike will be completely intolerable. He will pull up every receipt in this entire thing. Bet on it.
The whole thing, every one of them. I'll put them on T-shirts.
I mean, there's a high chance, just numbers-wise, that this draft doesn't win. But I think this is honestly what I'm trying to shoot for, though, is something that makes us a little different, and also picking, like everyone says, you're weak at quarterback and tight end, and you're strong at running back and receiver. Good. That's what I want in these drafts. That's exactly
usually
what
how
I want.
build. That's what WoRP tells me to, right? WoRP tells me to fuck them quarterbacks, fuck them tight ends, especially fuck them tight ends. Draft running backs and wide receivers. And when you're WoRP is I wrote about it in the newsletter for Destination Devy a couple of weeks ago, Adam, where it was like I looked at WoRP in some of my earlier underdog drafts. Like I'm like, oh, I'm taking JT. I'm taking, these guys in the first and second round. what I figured out is people still hate their running backs, so I can take like pretty close or similar wide receivers with the first couple picks, and then just hammer the shit out of the running backs in the middle, because nobody wants Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler.
This is why, Mike, I was also pushing
Harris, Josh Jacobs, those kind of guys.
This is also why I was pushing for Garrett Wilson when you were talking there. Like, this is why I was saying I want to take those two receivers early, because at that spot, like just do this with me, everybody watching. If you have the 12 spot, this is actually actionable advice, real quick. Look at what we got here: Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, let's say we take a Chubb or we take a Saquon, right? Not that I don't like those guys, but if you do that, take a peek real quick. Take a look at your future at the receiver position, real quick. Right.
Oh, I'm so now that we took Daniel Jones too, where we did, like how great it would have been to take Saquon and Amon-Ra. but I know you. I hear you. But just think about this. Like, if you do that, now you're gonna want to get that receiver number up, and you're looking at a totally different class of receivers that, frankly, I think is very overvalued. If you look at the chart, Mike, it starts to get pretty flat in this range typically, right? Like, it's the third round, right? Like,
I think you're drafting flat receivers here. In best ball, you could wait a couple rounds and probably get similar WoRP.
The third round especially, right? I'm looking like, I like DK, I like Amari Cooper, I like Jerry Jeudy, right? I like those guys, but I'd much rather have a JT, a Rhino, a Josh Jacobs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Najee Harris. Like, I'd rather have the running backs in that round.
But think where we're drafting. Cooper and DK won't make it to you. Like, you're drafting at that point, you're lucky to get Jeudy. We didn't even have a chance to. And then you're talking about reaching on, hoping for basically Ritter, for London, Debo, Allen, who's a lot older. But, like, everyone there feels, Nuke at the 410? Come on, man. Like,
it doesn't feel good.
That's what you're looking at the receiver position at 36. I think that's why, for me, it was a strong push to get two of the receivers earlier and then go into the running back build. Because look who you can get later. You almost got Gibbs to fall to us, right? Then you got Najee, Brees, Akers, JK. Like, there's a lot more running backs that I feel like I can take in that range. That's part of the reason I wanted to take the two receivers at that spot.
I think that's probably going to be my preferred. The last couple that I'm going to do here, as soon as I go to the expo, and I can really just run out the last of my underdog account in underdog friendly state that's not Iowa. I think that's what I'm going to do, Adam. I think it'd probably be receiver double tap first two rounds, and then 3, 4, 5 will probably be my running back routes, to be honest, just the way things are going.
Yeah, and I think if you look at this, right, like, especially if you get the back end of the first here, like the fact that you can get two of the top 8 guys, right? Like, that's, I think, what you're shooting for there. If you get a Chase or you get a Jefferson, now if you get Jefferson, right, like, I don't mind what he did at all, taking Cooper, but look at the running backs now you get, right? Like, there's not that they can't be anything, but
listen, whoever drafted Team 2, I really do kind of like Team 2, right?
I do too.
Is it not just a bunch of my guys, right? You got Jefferson to fall, awesome. T. Higgins on the way back, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore in the 4th, Justin Fields, and then I wouldn't have taken Kyle Pitts. There's no fucking chance there. So that's the first one. But look at his first running back. Is a guy that I'll tout on a really awesome offense. Could be great. DeAndre Swift. And then the rest of his draft goes to shit. So fuck this guy.
Yeah, but
later on. But the start was awesome. Like, his first 5 picks were amazing. He just fucked it up the rest of the time.
Yeah, but
in my opinion. Sorry if he wins it.
Right, and I think my point really, though, is, Mike, if you're in this first part, like, the fact that you can get Jefferson, T, and Amari is what makes it exciting. But if you get the back part, that's why I have to take two receivers, because for me, if you take Saquon there,
Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, and Jeudy.
Yeah, dude, come on, man. No, I don't want that.
Or we took running back, right? Say we.
Well, what if you take
Saquon?
Yeah, exactly. What if you ended up with Amon-Ra, Saquon, and then Jeudy? Like, I don't like it as much personally.
So then our first two receivers are Drake London and Debo Samuel, or Keenan Allen and Christian Watson. Ugh, rip. No, I'm good, man.
No,
I get you. I get exactly what you're saying, and this is good. You ain't got a double tap running back there at the turn. I'm personally with you. I'd rather take the two wide receivers. I do advocate for maybe one running back, like the Nick Chubb thing, especially. I think that's a guy in half PPR could be RB1 overall. Like, he'd be that WoRP difference maker. So
go take a look, by the way, at his contract, and look how it's backlogged and no money guaranteed next year.
Right.
They're
going to use the shit out of him.
Kareem is not there. For those that think that Cleveland threw the ball a lot, look how much they ran the ball relative to the NFL. And the fact that Kareem's gone and Jerome Ford's the only thing in town, Nick Chubb could absolutely just get abused this year, and which is a good thing for fantasy, by the way. But
I'm out here talking up DJ Moore, and Cody's in the chat just talking about his 30% target share going to be 800 yards. Listen, Cody probably will unsub by the time the Expo comes. We did take Brock Purdy. He's god-awful.
I don't think Cody needs to unsub because, our subs are going up. We can just delete his ass off of here. We can get rid of him.
I just changed his name in Discord to Good Cody, too, so we could distinguish between the two.
Who? You didn't run that by me at all because that Cody, you're on thin ice, buddy. You're on thin ice. Love you, Cody. Just playing.
No, this was good, man. And the patrons kept asking for it. We kept getting things on Twitter. People kept asking for it in the live chat. So I was like, Adam said, we should do something Sunday night. I said, you know what we should do?
Underdog. We've been talking about it for too long without doing it. So tomorrow is the last day if you are interested in, because we talked about the WoRP a lot, right? I'm going to plug it one last time. Tomorrow's the last day for the pre-sale, which almost gives you the WoRP tool. If you pay for that for the year, you almost get Mind Warp at damn near free. It's going to be your last chance to do that is tomorrow. That comes out because you have a binge series to watch on WoRP, and Mike and I are literally talking about WoRP right now and how we draft our teams and how we utilize this in best ball. It's not even just Underdog. If you are looking for dynasty stuff too, the WoRP tool and Mind Warp on the rest of the day and tomorrow is the last chance to get that really good deal on that. I would strongly suggest it because you can use it in your redraft leagues. You can use it in any league you want to get into. And Mike, it's changed everything. But if you think about like our lane, this is best ball, and we're just using that to almost sharpen what we normally do in best ball anyway. So you can hate the quarterback room, you can hate the tight end room, but like it's a process for us,
Yeah. Yep. Go check down in the description to help out Destination Devy's biggest sponsor, right? Newest sponsor.
Yep.
Underdog. We actually have, because we do the
40 chess, man. Make sure you put that one in there. They still get the credit, but at least it's letting them know that we sent you.
Mike and Adam are the ones who did, and they drafted a winner. They drafted a winner with.
And if it isn't this team, you better win with that 4D chess code. It's the only way this team shouldn't win. That's it. It's the only way.
That's the only way. Somebody using WoRP, I feel, is going to win this year.
You already know. Someone using WoRP is going to absolutely be who wins.
I got a feeling. Let's go, buddy. Hey, next Sunday we get back at it. Do another one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Why the hell not?
We're in.
Absolutely,
another
man.
one.
No cap.
Next Sunday.
There's no cap on us coming for the BB Mania, man. We're doing it.
Go, man. Same time, same place next week. I can actually say that now officially.
Oh, feels
Appreciate
good, doesn't
y'all tapping in, man. 58 people in here, I think, or 59 people at one point. So they are getting cut to 3 million that we won. That's awesome. Good for you guys. I don't know what that split.
I'm happy for you.
Ways.
I know Mike is, not the best bookkeeper, but I can tell you he's going to get it to you. He's going to get it to you. It's guaranteed. 59 ways. We got a calculator for that, We'll divide it up. We'll make sure Uncle Sam gets his cut, and then you're going to get the rest. All right, y'all. We love you. We'll see you back here next time for the Underdog Draft. Peace.